Yes, primarily.
Yeah, I can't give you any updates right now, sorry. Everybody wants to know, but I can't do that right now.
It looked like chip left was a head bump, though. That's pretty accurate, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't get into that right now. Yeah.
Did you like the way things started in this game?
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
You're looking for that, you know?
Yeah, exactly right. And especially, this game, this place, everyone was talking about some of the games that happened in the past, in 18 in particular. And we all know we have a big game next week, so some people call them trap games, some people call these different games. And looking at the weather about 4 or 5 days ago, you look at it and say, kind of Vision of Northwestern last year. So we had to have a plan for that. But I talked to the team all week about how if you want to be a championship team, you got to be a competitive stamina, you got to be a competitive excellence, you got to bring it every week, and that's playing in the Big Ten. And whether it's Purdue or Northwestern, or Iowa, or some of the games in the past, we were struggling on the road in Nebraska that one year. It's playing on the road in October, November in this conference. It's not easy, and you got to bring it. And one of the big things you have to do is you have to start fast on the road. You have to run the ball, and you got to stop the run. And there was some really good points today.
Over here, Austin Ward, Rivals, the podcast.
Ryan went into the red zone package with Devin and got a score out of it, also turned it over. A little bit of a mixed bag. How do you evaluate it? Is that part of the plan moving forward?
Well, started off with the weather, just look at, it was rain, it was wind, and certainly didn't want to have the same situation that happened last year. We wanted to make sure that we had a good plan. And Devin is very explosive with his feet. He's strong, he's big, he's powerful, he's athletic. We feel like he gives us a little bit of something there. He also throws the ball really well, but that's something that we looked at. We've been working on a little bit. We felt like this was the right time on the road to do that. I think it did give us something, equate numbers in the red zone, but we can't turn the ball over 1 yard. Without that, in a close game, that could have been the difference. And so, Devin's doing everything for the first time, just like Kyle was doing. So I'm glad we're able to do that in this moment here, get him going with that. It was good. He took a couple shots, so I'm sure he'll be sore. But I thought he threw a nice ball. They loaded up the box. We took a shot down there to Brandon. That was good to get under his belt. To make that throw, that was a big time throw. So we'll keep looking at it, keep building this package. Because we do feel like it gives us a little bit of a different change-up.
Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
I was a comfortable win, but there was a lot of sloppiness too. How do you think for next week? How prepared do you think you are for that?
Yeah, so I thought the first half, overall, we came out strong. Certainly, the fumble was something that we wish we had back. And then the defense, man, the ball goes down the 2 yard line. They just keep fighting, just keep playing on the 1 yard line. Yeah. So great job. And then they get the penalty, and then we hang in there, and they miss the field goal. It was like, wow. And then it started to rain a little bit, and second half we came out right down the field. And that was important. We wanted to come on the second half and play well in the first drive, and we did that. Came right down the field and scored. Then there was a kind of a point in there where we just kind of flopped around a little bit. I don't know if we took the foot off the accelerator a little bit, but certainly don't want to do that. But we have played in 4-quarter games this year, so I don't think that's an issue. There's been some times where, or one time, our starters haven't been in 4 quarters, halfway through the season. That's not the case in this situation. So, we just got to keep pushing and keep growing. But I feel much better about the way that we ran the ball, although we were down 3 running backs in the game. So that certainly did play, a factor in all of this. Everyone in the game. We took Marvin out, took Cade out a little bit of that stretch there. So. It was a job well done, but like you said, there's always things we got to get better at. We're certainly a work in progress, and we're continuing to grow and build, and we have to be at our best football next Saturday.
Cameron T. Robinson, The Athletic.
Ryan, as you said, there's always things to get better at, but this was a defense that you thought would be pretty good coming into the year. We're 6 games in. It seems like they just keep getting better and better. Is this the performance you thought you might get from them when you guys were preparing all year?
You're talking about our defense?
Yeah.
Because I thought their defense was good too. I think they do some really good things. I think, Coach, really has a good plan, and he does a nice job. He doesn't make it easy, but no, I think it starts with our leaders on defense. There's a lot of guys who've been in a lot of battles before, so they got to bring it, and they keep fighting, and they making teams get all the way into the end zone. They're fighting down the 1-2 yard line and continue to fight like that. That's a good sign. I know Coach Knowles and the defensive coaches are going to see things they want to get better at and keep growing because they know the challenges are going to get bigger and bigger. So the issues are there. They have to be addressed on both sides of the ball, all three phases, and we've got to keep doing that. So nowhere near where we need to be, but that's part of growing. You want to be playing your best football at the end of the season. You find a way to go 1-0 on Saturday night, and that's the goal. So we know we got a big challenge ahead of us, and the preparation starts now.
Over to the left, Dylan Davis, Delaware Gazette.
We talked to Justin on Wednesday. He talked about maybe simplifying things for his guys up front, so maybe some of the issues they were having not asking too much. I guess, how did you see that play out on the field today? Did you talk to you guys about that played out well?
Well, yeah, and when you're down Trey, you're down Mayan, and Chip's your guy, and then all of a sudden you lose him in the game, it's like, okay, how are we going to run the ball here? So we got Dallin in there, and Dallin started to run well, but I thought, I have to look at the film, but it seemed like we were rocking off the ball pretty good, even though it was a pretty loaded box at times again, and then it started to rain, and we started to get that, and then it was like 2 extra guys, they were bringing the safety down real low, and so it forced us to kind of push the ball down the field on a couple throws, which is fine, yeah, and then Evan went in the game. Xavier took a couple handoffs too, coming out of as a receiver, that could give us a little something. But we certainly didn't have 3 of our running backs. And that makes a big difference. So to be able to run the way we did without having 3 of our guys was a good sign. So we got to get healthy this week.
Pat Murphy, 24/7 Sports.
Ryan, you mentioned the running backs. Dallin has done this a handful of times now, come in and kind of given you guys stuff. What makes him capable of, at a moment's notice, being ready to step in a game and perform?
Yeah, I think he's got really good feet. I think when the ball's in his hands, that's when he's at his best. And he's got good vision, good quickness. But I think to your point, it shows his mental preparation because he hasn't played a bunch this year. And so to be able to go do that says a lot about his preparation. And the things that we did today are things that day one installation kind of plays. We had the stretch play going, we had the counter play going, a few other things, a couple tosses, but he put it on the field. He took care of the ball. That's the number one thing. Certainly some things in protection that we need to get better at, but ran the ball hard, and it was good to see him step up in this moment on the road.
That was the bonus of him not playing the previous 4 games too, right? You have some games to burn there in case he.
Well, that was it.
Yeah.
Just in case something like this happened, we say a bomb goes off. The bomb was going off today. We lost Chip, and so hope to get everybody back for next week. But that's why we played it out like that.
Spencer Holbrook, Letterman Row.
Ryan, I know offensive line is something that you guys got to kind of watch later to make sure that you're accurate on.
Yes.
Do you feel like that's a step forward today from what you saw?
Well, I hope so. I think they came off the field with a bunch of energy and finished off some drives, and we ran the ball harder. We got downhill. We created some play action passes where guys were open down the field. I mean, you felt. I felt on the sideline like we were knocking people off the ball at times. I felt like our running backs were running hard. Now, whether that shows up on film, I got to go take a look at it. But like you said, you saw a good demeanor out there.
Over to the left.
You talked about Stover being an offensive weapon earlier this week, and he goes out and scores 2 touchdowns for you guys. How does a guy like that really help to secure wins?
Well, he does a lot for us. I've said it before. He does a lot of the dirty work for us, in the run game, and then that creates play action passes. But the catch he had in the one-on-one situation on, I don't know if it was a 3rd down or a 2nd long, it was a heck of a throw and catch. Then he did a nice job, kind of, snatching the ball quickly on the touchdown pass. The ball was kind of thrown a little bit outside of his frame, and he snatched it hard with his hands. And then the last one, that was a play action off of the counter play that, when you're running hard and the defense is showing up on the line of scrimmage, you can get open down the field if you're blocking inside, doing all the dirty work. And that's really him. He's a great captain, and he's a weapon for us both in the run game and in the pass game.
And final question, Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
Ryan, the way Dallin ran today, the way injuries have kind of impacted the running back, I know you finished on a good day. You're looking at Dallin, maybe the guy that right here.
Yeah.
Your eligibility. Can you look at that, or just sort of his future now?
Yeah, I think we got to look at and just see, what that room's looking like, and we'll kind of play it week to week. We didn't know how the season was going to play out, but we wanted to at least have the choice to be able to save his red shirt if possible. But, we'll sit down and talk if it's something that, we got to go play and do what's best for the team. And there's opportunities to go play, then we'll go from there.
Great. Coach, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Coach, you might be able to get a player